Hi guys, welcome back. I'm super excited today about our video for two reasons. Number one, I finally invested in a little vlogging holder thing for my phone. It's so fancy. It has a light and a microphone, so I hope you can hear me better and see me better, and it's like more clear than my other videos. And number two, I'm excited about the topic of today's video. I am making Italian nachos. I discovered these when we lived in Colorado Springs, and we'd go to this restaurant called Old Chicago, and these nachos are hands down the best nachos that I've ever had in my life. However, I haven't had them since we moved from Colorado. I've actually never tried to make them until today. So I really hope that they turn out well and are pretty, and I hope that they're amazing as I remember. So that is what I'm gonna be doing, probably with a little help from Delilah, maybe hopefully a little help from Dad. So stay tuned. I'm going to tape little pieces that I do here and there. All right, wish me luck. Hi guys, so we're back. And before I go on with the rest of my video and explain to you like how I make the delicious Italian nachos, I wanted you to meet Mike. He is the other half of Home with My Glad. And this is the first time he's on a video, so this is really exciting. And Delilah also wanted to join us. So he does exist. And I want to let y'all know that he kindly put together this whole stand for my phone with the light and the microphone. He actually puts everything in the house together. He's like a, what is it called when you put stuff together? A carpenter? Or
handyman?
No, I don't know what it's called, but like he does everything in our house. Like I don't know how to do anything, like nothing, I'm telling you. So, except for cook sometimes. So yeah, I want to thank Mike for helping me and supporting me in all of this, and I'm so excited that he's finally on a video. So yeah.
Welcome to the channel. You'll see videos come from me specifically in the near future regarding some of the stuff that I cook, mainly on the smoker and the flat top, and we'll upload some videos here soon on those cooking editions. But thanks again for joining the channel. Hope to see you soon.
Okay, you guys, so for the recipe of these nachos, I actually first referred to Old Chicago's menu. They do a pretty good job of listing out all of the ingredients in the nachos, just like a item by item list. So that's where I started. That was kind of like my step one. My step two was to go online and look at different copycat recipes. I knew that because I love these nachos and they are that amazing, other people would also be huge fans of these nachos. So there were a ton of copycat recipes out there. So the main ingredient in these nachos, Old Chicago actually uses pasta chips. All of the copycat recipes that I found used or recommended wonton strips or wonton squares. So that's the route I'm gonna go, just because I feel like the pasta chips will be too time consuming for me. Like I'd have to cook the pasta, dry it out, fry it. Just all of those things would be too time consuming. Just for me with the baby and the house and everything is just like too much. So like I thought the wonton wrappers sounded easier. Also, I'm not the most skilled fryer in the world. This is actually a new thing for me. We've been using the air fryer for a couple of years. So since I've become a mom and like been at home more, I've been definitely just experimenting with cooking more, and frying things I think is a little difficult. Like it's easy to burn things or not get the oil hot enough, like just everything. So I haven't done that much frying, and but today I'm gonna try to fry wonton chips. So bear with me. First time again, I'm gonna show you like how I cut them, the size they are. I'm gonna try to make them look as most as I can like tortilla chips, and then I'm gonna show you like a little bit of like frying them. Everything I read online does recommend putting your oil at 350 to 360 degrees and frying the little chips for 1 to 2 minutes, depending on the size that you have. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Okay guys, so I'm here with my wonton wraps. These are the ones that Mike actually picked up from Publix. I'm gonna hold them up so you can see what brand they are. They're technically vegan wonton wrappers. So I hope these work for frying. I actually haven't researched whether eggless or non-eggless are better for frying, but these are the ones I'm using. We're gonna see how they work, and that's it. Like, that's what I have. So right now I have separated one package. I'm gonna cut these into tortilla-sized chips and then fry them. And I already have the fryer going here, or the stove going with the oil in it. So here I go. All right, set these aside. These, I'm gonna stack them up like they're papers. They kind of look like papers. Like these look like Post-it notes. That's what they look like. I'm not crazy, I swear. Okay, Post-it note wonton wrappers. This is how I'm going to cut them. They're supposed to look like tortilla chips. I feel like these are huge tortilla chips. Look at this. These are huge tortilla chips. I'm assuming though, once I fry them and the water gets out of them, they're gonna shrink. So that's what my chips are. Actually, no. You guys scratch that. I'm gonna cut them one more time. These are better sized tortilla chips. This is what happens when you've never done something before and you decide to tape it. All right. Those are my sizes that I'm gonna use. So exciting. Those really do look like a tortilla chip. Oh my gosh, A+ for cutting. So this is what I came up with after I cut all of the wonton wrappers. They do fairly look like tortilla chips. I feel like they look like small tortilla chips and they're gonna shrink a little bit, but we'll see what they look like after we fry them. So I'm about to attempt to fry those wontons and I am a little stressed out and like worried to do it. But anyway, I'll show you guys how I'm going to do it. So I'm gonna use peanut oil. Yay, Walmart. Our Walmart really close to us is really great. They have good prices, it's uncrowded, so we found this huge thing of peanut oil for a very good price. So that's what I'm gonna use. And I'm gonna put the chips in there. I'm only gonna do a few at a time because I don't want it to get like, I don't wanna put too many where they get too soggy and like I don't pay attention to one or the other and one of them doesn't fry evenly. So I'm gonna do like a little light layer of them. One at a time, and you guys can see like how they turn out. You're supposed to do it, you're supposed to put your oil like 1 to 2 inches of peanut oil, or I think you can use vegetable oil. Those are the 2 oils I read to use with these kind of chips. Peanut or vegetable oil, 1 to 2 inches, and then make sure that the oil is the right temperature so that it cooks the chips as quickly as possible without burning them. So everything I read, I think I mentioned this earlier, was make sure your oil is 350 to 360 degrees. Okay, you guys, so I used to watch way back in the day 30-minute meals from Rachel Ray, and she said to like test the temperature of your oil, like put a wooden spoon in there, and if the bubbles like go away from the oil, that means it's ready. So this oil definitely looks like it's ready. All right, it's ready. So you guys are with me on this. I'm putting several chips on a spoon. Here we go. Ooh, they fry really, really quickly. So yeah, okay. They fry quickly. I have something to put them on here ASAP after they're done frying. 1 to 2 minutes for that brown of like that quick. Seems like a lot. So let me put another batch in here. Woo. All right. Hey guys, so I've done my first batch here. This is not a healthy meal. If you're looking to lose weight or anything, do not choose to make these unless you're only gonna eat one or something like that. But anyways, so this is what my first batch looks like. I actually left them in there too long. I forgot to mention, you should have one of these little spoons laying around. This is a strainer spoon. I don't know the technical name for it. That's what I'm calling it, a strainer spoon. So like that's what I use to like get them out of there and like make sure that like not as much oil got in here or any more than it should have. So I'm about to season my first batch. I am gonna season them because I'm a little weird and like this is what we like to use in our house with a little garlic powder, which I think that's not good, that's standard. Okay, this spice is slap your mama. We have some friends, Ashley and John Johnson from Ville Platte, Louisiana. This spice happens to be from Ville Platte, Louisiana. It is bomb. It's amazing. We literally add this spice to everything, and we've used it since we lived in Alaska and we met John and Ashley. So if y'all are watching, I want you to know we still use the spice. It's great. I think they actually sell it at Walmart now, even though it was like original. It like came out of this really small town in Louisiana. I'm adding this. It's spicy. This one I think is actually hotter. What does it say? Yeah, this is the hot version of Slap Your Mama. Also, one time I brought this home and like my mom got offended because it's called Slap Your Mama, but I can't blame her. I mean, that's kind of an offensive name. But anyway, okay, putting this, amazing, great. Like, it's an amazing spice. If you've never tried it, you should get one from Walmart or online, wherever, and like try it. Okay, I'm also adding, this is definitely a little weird, sugar, just regular sugar, because I think sugar, spice, and a little saltiness balances everything out. So yeah. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you how many chips the wontons that I cut up made. I want you to know, like, we bought 2 different packages of wonton chips and I only used one. This is one package of wonton squares. And these are the vegan ones, like I showed you before, and they need this many, this whole tray and this whole tray. All right, lessons learned from frying these chips. So you have to always pay attention to the fryer. You can never ever like half not paying attention to the fryer. Like, you've got to be on it, especially if you have like dogs, kids, anybody else in your house. It's like kind of really serious stuff. You can't have it splattering or anything like that. So the oil cannot be too hot. It can't be splattering. I would highly recommend one of those little aluminum things that you can put on top of the pan so the oil doesn't go everywhere. Definitely recommend that. So be on top of it. The chips themselves, like the first batch, I left them in there. I think I taped the first batch. I left them in there too long. They are really dark. Versus my last batch, which look kind of a lot more like a tortilla chip or even a wonton chip or a wonton crisp if you have American Chinese food is supposed to look. So this is the power of like experience, like knowledge and experience. This is what happens like when you practice. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say. Like, okay, I have a gas stove and I was using the largest burner on the stove because I had a really large pot. I don't know if y'all could see, well, you probably could. I had a large pot on there and I had about 1.5 inches of oil. So my burner setting was at about 4.5, I think. You can probably see that in the video, but like, I think it was at about 4.5. And the ideal thing to do with these chips is 4.5 setting. I had let the oil warm up at the, like, I actually let it warm up at like a 5 setting, 5 to 6, and then turn it down once I wanted to use it. But I let it warm up for about 10 minutes because that's kind of like a thick sheet of oil that you're gonna like warm up. It's gonna take a little bit. So let it warm up, and then when I put the chips in there, I think it would take like, I would say 1 minute to 1.5 minutes, depending on the temperature of the oil. I continue to modify it because, again, I'm not an experienced fryer. So I'd say like 1 minute to 1.5 minutes, and then you have to keep like stay on top of the chips, like I said, keep kind of flipping them, and then take them out. Like, if you left them in there more than that, this is what you end up with. Which, mind you, it still tastes really good. It tastes good, but like, that's not what you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get a chip like this. So these are my chips. I'm about to top them. I'm so excited. That's the best part. Okay, you guys get to join me. Alright, so I'm going to plate the nachos. Now, or not plate them. I'm going to get them ready for the oven. So I'm going to spread a sheet of nachos onto like this baking sheet. I have actually already lined this baking sheet with aluminum foil and some ham. And then I'm going to top it with all of the toppings. So I'm ready to plate, and I'm having issues with my chips disappearing for some sort of reason. Perhaps it's this person over here, like sneaking them with hot sauce, like one by one.
Sorry.
Yeah. He's supposed to be like my ultimate taste master, but right now he's just like eating them. Okay, I have enough though to make a layer of nachos. So I've spread them out on the baking sheet with aluminum foil and ham, and I'm about to put all of the toppings. On the website, on Old Chicago's website, they recommend for you, or their recipe is their pasta chips, but again, are wonton chips. And then they add mozzarella cheese, pepper jack cheese, Italian sausage, pepperoni, and pepperoncinis. So that's also what I'm gonna add to mine. I made the Italian sausage yesterday for breakfast, so I didn't have to make that right now, right before I made the nachos, because it was kind of a lot already. And my pepperonis, the ones that they use at the restaurant, are the little tiny pepperonis. Mine are the regular size pepperonis that you'd see on your traditional delivery pizzas. But I still figure for taste purposes, they'll be the same. So that's what I'm using, just so you know. If you want to be true to their recipe, you should use the tiny ones. But this is what we're going to use today. And after I have done it and plated it and everything, Mike's going to be my ultimate taste tester. I'm super excited. So we'll see how they taste. Alright you guys, so I had to move the location of my recording a little bit. My phone was running out of batteries, but I do have the finished product ready to go in the oven right now. I'm going to put it in the oven on 350 for 10 minutes. And you guys, this looks legit absolutely amazing. It looks very similar to what I had at Old Chicago every time I went. And also, I didn't mention before that I added pepperoncinis. These pepperoncinis, what are these? Mazzetta pepperoncinis. I think we got them from Publix, actually. Publix or Walmart, I can't actually remember, but they're probably at both. So these come whole, and I just cut these up, took out all of the stuff in the middle, and put them on top. So on these nachos is the wonton chips, mozzarella cheese, pepper jack cheese, the Italian sausage that I cooked up previously, the big pepperonis, and the pepperoncinis. And also the seasonings that I put on the wonton chips previously. But this is what's about to go in the oven for 10 minutes. And after I'm done, Mike's going to taste them and see how they
Trying hard not to now.
Okay guys, so I'm about to show you the finished product. I left the camera pointed down, so this is a little easier for me. Ooh. Alright, my chips look just a tad bit more brown than I would actually prefer for them to look. However, I'm sure it still tastes amazing. Mike's with the baby right now, so he won't be able to be my official taste tester, but these look exactly like the nachos at Old Chicago. They look exactly like I remember them. I can't wait to eat them. Let's switch. The only thing that I would actually add to these would be, I think everything is better with a little truffle oil or a little truffle salt, just a dab. It's something I've come to really enjoy in the past years, so I would modify other recipes and even Old Chicago's recipe with that a little bit. So if anybody from Old Chicago is watching, you should include that as an option on your menu. I think your customers would really enjoy it. Anyways, so these actually are meant to be dipped with spicy marinara sauce. I have, here are spicy marinara sauce. I'm not sure what exactly Old Chicago uses in theirs, but I have chosen to use this Victoria marinara sauce. I believe we got this from Walmart. Mike chose it. It's, I think, imported from Italy or something. I don't know. It's this sauce, and I hope it's good. I haven't tried it yet. I hope it's good. Actually, I'm sitting here reading the back. It says it's from Brooklyn. So, anyway, I still hope it's good. So, to make it spicy, I've added this hot sauce, this garlic jalapeno hot sauce from our local flea market. We are big flea market folk. You never know what you can find. We usually find good stuff, and we always have fun when we go, and this was definitely a flea market find. This stand also had jams and jellies. I don't know what else they had, but I do know they had jams and jellies, of which we lost several. So, flea market find. That's how we made our spicy marinara, and we're about to enjoy our nachos. I'm super excited. This is our dinner for today. Maybe I'll balance it out with something raw. I'm not sure. I usually try to do that, but I can't guarantee you that that's going to happen today. This just might be it. So, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got some tips on how to make these nachos and that you think that they taste as good as I did whenever I first had them. I hope they are amazing, like I said before. So anyways, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see future videos, please subscribe. Right? Bye guys.